Hi, welcome to my channel, and today I have another theatre vlog for you. So tonight I'm off to the press night for Vardy v Roony The Wagatha Christy trial at the Lowry. Lawrence isn't coming with me, my friend Tash is coming with me tonight, and we're going to get the tram there. I'm running a bit late because we literally just got back from a holiday like now, and we're running a little bit late, so I'm going to run and get the tram. I'll let you know about it once we're there. I think we're sat in the stalls. I think we're on like row O or something like that, so I'll get back to you now once we are at the Lowry. So I'm just at the tram station now, waiting for the tram. It's due in 3 minutes, so I have to get off at Cornbrook and then swap to the Media City tram. So what time is it now? It is 8:30, so we've got half an hour. I wanted to get there for 7. It's not going to happen. We'll probably get there in time for it starting at 7:30, but never mind. I'll have to film some stuff in the interval and let you know about it then. So yeah, I'll get back to you now once I'm at the Lowry.
Every single night the confetti's raining down. You put your hands to the sky, center of the crowd, you're the talk of the town. And I tell myself I don't want that, what glitters isn't gold. I tell myself I don't need it, cause I'm fine on my own. But I hate being on the outside looking through.
So just arrived at the Lowry, it's just here opposite. We were really lucky with the trams. As soon as we got off the first one, the one to Media City was there, so we were lucky. So we're here at like 5 to 7, so we've got plenty of time now. We're going to go in, get our programme, have a look round. I don't think there'll be any merch, I doubt it, but if there is, I'll show you the merch, and then we'll head in and I'll show you the view from our side.
I'm so full of it. I wanna be the life of the party. I wanna dance with somebody. Be ooh, 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 ooh. I wanna be the life of the party. I wanna hold on to somebody. Be ooh, 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 ooh. Living your life through a lens, perfect pretending. You think no one can tell, but everything's just fake. Now you're becoming the person you once hated. You also used to say that. I tell myself I don't want that, what glitters isn't gold. I tell myself I don't need it, cause I'm fine on my own. But I hate being on the outside looking through a window. I say I don't want it, but I'm so full of it. I wanna be the life of the party. I wanna dance with somebody. Be ooh, 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 ooh. I wanna be the life of the party. I wanna hold on to somebody. Be ooh, 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 ooh. Life of the party. Life of the party. Life of the party. Life of the party.
So let's have a look at the, don't usually look at the concession store, see what they've got, but they've got special popcorn, strawberry and cream. What's that one? Caramel Belgian chocolate. As it's so hot today, I'm going to treat myself to a slushie. Find the end of the queue. Here it is. There's a massive queue for the bar today. I've never seen a queue for the bar this big. It's gigantic. But we're going to queue here to get a slushie because it's very hot. I'm going to get a raspberry slushie. Okay, so I'm just going to collect my programme from the press desk and then we'll go and find our seats. So we're going through door H today. We're on O, 14 and 15. This is the view from our seats. It's a really good view. it is now the interval, and yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's really funny. Obviously I don't follow football. I didn't follow this case, I didn't know much about it, but it's really funny. I'm enjoying it. Are you enjoying it, Tash?
It's brilliant. I'm really enjoying it.
She followed it a little bit, and she follows football, so she probably knows more about them than me. But yeah, it's really good. We're having a good night, aren't we?
It's brilliant. I'm having a really good night.
Yeah. So the show has now finished now. We both enjoyed it, didn't we?
It was funny.
It was
quite
funny,
comedy.
but the second half of it was a lot slower than the first, wasn't it?
Yeah, the first half was definitely better than the second half.
It was much funnier in the first half, but it was still good. We still really enjoyed it. It was a good night out, and now we've come to Nando's for some food because we're both hungry. So we're going to enjoy our Nando's, and I'll get back to you when I get home and tell you a bit more about the show. So food has now arrived. I've gone from a really weird order of double chicken burger, mashed potato and garlic bread. But I've added cheese and taken everything else off the burger as well. Hi, so I'm now back from the show and just thought I'd tell you a little bit about it. So I was kindly gifted my tickets to see Vardy v Roony The Wagatha Christy trial by the Lowry for the press night. So I went with my friend Natasha. She followed the trial a little bit, whereas I didn't really follow anything about this. I'm not really big on stuff like that. I'm not into football, don't follow WAGs or anything, so I didn't really know very much about it, whereas she knew more about it than me. So she came along with me. We were sat in the stalls. So I was on row O, seat 15, and my friend was on seat 14, and we had a really good view. It's quite a central view, and I would definitely sit in those seats again. Like I said, the view was really good from there. There was actually some merch for this show as well. I wasn't expecting there to be merch, but they did have some merch. They had a mug, they had a magnet, they had badges, they had a scarf, and they had a tote bag. And then I think they had like a script from the show. In fact, it does show you in the programme the merch. So let me just see if I can find the page. So yeah, that's the merch that was available. So I actually didn't pick up any merch for this. I didn't buy a magnet like I usually do, just because it wasn't a show that I would have gone to if it wasn't for the press night. It's not something I would have chosen to go to, so I didn't bother buying any merch for this show. So this court case has not only been turned into a play, there's also a Channel 4 drama made for this show as well, and I haven't seen that either. So I was coming into this play pretty blind, not really knowing anything about it or what it was about. And originally this play was supposed to be a one-night, one-off thing, It then ran for 6 weeks in the West End, and now it's currently on a UK tour. So it's doing pretty well for something that was only supposed to be a one-night show. So if, like me, you don't have a clue what this play is about, then I'll tell you simply what the story is about. So Coleen Rooney noticed that some of her private Instagram stories were being leaked to the Sun newspaper. She decided that she had a good idea of who she thought it might be, as Rebekah Vardy was known for selling stories to the Sun newspaper, so she had her suspicions that it could be her. So Coleen decided to block everyone from her Instagram stories except for Rebekah Vardy, and then she went on to post some fake stories onto her Instagram stories to see if they would end up in the Sun newspaper, and I think 3 of the stories that she posted did end up in the paper, and as Rebekah Vardy was the only one that actually saw them stories, she then knew that it was her Instagram account that was leaking the stories. So once Coleen had the evidence that it was Rebekah Vardy's account that was leaking the stories, she then made a social media post outing Rebekah Vardy, saying that she had been leaking stories to the Sun newspaper. Rebekah Vardy denied that it was her, and then went on to sue Coleen Rooney for defamation, which led to the libel case, which is what this play is based on. So this play is actually a piece of verbatim theatre, which means they actually used the court transcripts for the play. So in the play, Rebekah Vardy's responses are the exact responses that the real Rebekah Vardy gave in the court, which actually makes it even funnier that these were the actual responses that she gave, because some of them were hilarious. So that makes it even more interesting that what was said in the real court is what is said in the play. So I think the actual trial went on for about 7 days. Now obviously you can't have a 7-day play, so it's been reduced to a 2-act show. So I think the first act was 50 minutes, it was in a 20-minute interval, then another 50 minutes for the second act. So the total running time for the show was about 2 hours, which for me I think was about right length. I think towards the end it was getting a little bit boring, for me anyway, so I think if it had gone on any longer it would have started to be a little bit boring and feel like it was dragging a bit. So I think it was the perfect length for this play. So as you walked into the theatre, they were playing sort of like football stadium noises, like the crowd of a football stadium. They were playing that through the theatre sound system, and the stage was set up to look like a football pitch with a courtroom on top. So it had sort of like an astroturfed floor, and then you had courtroom sort of on top of the astroturf, because what they tended to do for this, we were comparing the trial to like a football match. So they had some commentators or pundits who were commentating on the trial. So the trial they would be having the trial, and at certain bits they would stop and the commentators would come on and they'd commentate on what had just happened in the trial. So the person who stole the show for me, who gave the most standout performance, was definitely Lucy May Barker as Rebekah Vardy. She was just hilarious in this role. Her mannerisms, her comic timing was just excellent. There's a part where they read out WhatsApp messages that Rebekah Vardy sent to her, I think it's like her manager, I can't quite remember. I think it's like her manager. And she was also her friend as well. And when she was reading them out, how she changed from being all serious to being more as she would be talking to her friend was hilarious. She was really funny. Definitely the standout performance for me. I just thought she was really, really good in this role. So overall, I did find this play quite funny. I actually really enjoyed it, considering I didn't really know anything about it. Just goes to show you don't actually have to follow the trial or have read anything about it to enjoy the play. I thought it was hilarious. It was definitely a fun girls' night out. Me and my friend had a really good time. I probably wouldn't go and see it again. It's something you'd probably only see once. I think I'd probably give it 3 stars. My friend Natasha enjoyed it much more than me. She said she'd give it 4 stars. But she's much more into football than me. She got some more of the football references that I didn't get. There's a thing at the end in the curtain call, which you probably didn't see in my curtain call video, because the people in front of us decided to leave during the curtain call, which I didn't quite understand because it's a very short curtain call. They didn't even manage to get to the end of the row before the curtain call finished and everyone started to stand up and leave. So it didn't really buy them very much time leaving before the end of the curtain call. But I missed out the bit where Coleen Rooney came on. So what she did, my friend said, is she sort of did like a boxing move and then fell on the floor, which is supposed to represent something Rooney had done. So even if I'd seen it, I wouldn't have got that reference, but my friend got that reference, and I think other people who follow football got that reference. So yeah, some things like that, football references, I didn't get, my friend got. So I think that's why she enjoyed it a bit more than me. But overall, it was a fun, like I said, a fun play, good night out, and yeah, it was enjoyable. So I'll now just show you the programme, show you the cast in here. Okay, so this is the programme. It has the 2 people playing Coleen and Rebekah on the front. It says Vardy v Roony, the Wagatha Christy trial. Then if you open up the front page, you've got some production shots from the play here. These are the 2 pundits or commentators. You have the judge there, and then the 2 representatives for the 2 ladies. So here we have an article, social media, celebrities and privacy don't always sit comfortably. So that's just a bit about fame and privacy and social media. Just continued there. This little article, do celebrities have a right to privacy? This is a little timeline to show how social media has come about. And then we have the cast biography. So here we have Lucy May Barker playing Rebekah Vardy, and as I said, she definitely stole the show for me. She was so hilarious. Her mannerisms, her comic timing was just perfect. She was the perfect person, I think, to play this part. She was really, really good. So she's done a few theatre things. She's done some musical theatre roles as well. So she's been in Mamma Mia, she's been in Oklahoma, Sweeney Todd. So yeah, she's done a few things there. Then we had Johnny Broadbent as Hugh Tomlinson QC. So he's been in The Comedy of Errors, The Tempest, The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, and a few other things there. Playing Coleen Rooney was Laura Dos Santos, and again she was really funny. Didn't find her as funny as Lucy May Barker, but she was still really good. She had a good Liverpudlian accent, and again her mannerisms for Coleen Rooney were really good. So she's been in My White Best Friend, Fiddler on the Roof, and a few other things. Those are her credits. Then we have Helma Hussein. She played the pundit, Harpreet Robertson, and Caroline Watt. So Caroline Watt was the manager of Rebekah Vardy and her friend. So she was the one that had sending WhatsApp messages and the one that would actually leak the stories. So Halima has done Father and the Assassin, Does My Bomb Look Big in This, and Child of the Divine, and then some TV and film work as well. We had Nathan McMullen. He played one of the pundits, Wayne Rooney and Jamie Vardy, and he was really good actually. His Wayne Rooney was hilarious. Like I said, it's like his mannerisms and his accent was really good. He played a really good Wayne Rooney, and then he was very briefly Jamie Vardy, but he had the voice really good. So yeah, he was really good. I enjoyed his performances. So he has been in Hushabye Mountain at the Hope Mill Theatre. He's been in Love Liverpool. He's been in The Big I Am. So that's just a few things that he's done. We then have Tom Turner as David Sherborne. I think he was representing Coleen Rooney. So these are his credits. He's been in The Tempest, A Dangerous Lady, The Little Hut, Bedroom Farce. So it's just some of the things that he's been in. Then we had Verna Vyas as Mrs. Justice Stein. So she's been in Bad Days, Odd Nights, Good Spirits, and a few other things. Tom Sullivan, he played understudy David Sherborne, Hugh Tomlinson, QC and Pundit, / Wayne Rooney and Jamie Vardy. So he was the understudy, so I didn't actually see him perform. So he's been in The Tree for You and Me and Burnout and Reflections. So those are the shows that he's been in. And finally we have Celia O'Connor. She's the understudy for Coleen Rooney, Rebekah Vardy, Mrs. Justice Stein, Pundit, Harpreet Robertson and Caroline Watt. So she's basically understudy for all the female parts. So previous theatre critics include Roxy Hart in Chicago. She's been in Sunset Boulevard and a few other things there. So that is the cast. It also says here the play text is for sale in the foyer. So that was another thing that was available to purchase. Has some information about a charity here. Advocate is a charity who match members of the public who need free legal help with barristers who are willing to donate their time and expertise to those who are unable to obtain legal aid and cannot afford to pay. So that's charity information here. So this is a list of venues that the show will be visiting. So it was obviously on at the Lowry from the 9th to the 11th of June. So the next stop on the tour will be Brighton Theatre Royal between the 15th and 17th of June. So here we have the cast list, understudies, and you've got your creatives and your production team here. And then here it tells you the running time. So like I said, it says approximately 2 hours including a 20-minute interval. So you then have your creative team here, producers, associate producers, the merchandise that I showed you before, production credits, and a special thanks. And that is your programme. So yeah, like I said, I enjoyed this play. It was definitely a good night out. I gave it 3 stars, but like I said, my friend, she would have given it 4 stars. So it just depends what you enjoy. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this little theatre vlog and review. If you do enjoy theatre vlogs and reviews, then please do subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. You'll be notified when my next review goes up. I do actually have a couple reviews that need to go up that I've filmed. I just need to edit them and get them up. So I have The Snail and the Whale, which is a kids show that needs to be going up. I also have The Commitments, which will be going up very soon, and then I've also got a few theatre things booked for July in the West End. So if you'd be interested in seeing theatre vlogs or reviews for Moulin Rouge, Wicked, Tina Turner, Matilda and the Book of Mormon in the West End, then do subscribe and hit the notification bell and you'll be notified when all of those go up. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this little vlog. If you have, please do give it a like, don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.